Hello, sorry for the interruption, sorry for the break in communication. This is a continuation of video 4. We were discussing resistors in series. You can still see the board. And then we have argued that when we have 3 resistors in series, we worked it out. Each of the resistors and the total voltage is going to be equal to the sum of the 3 voltages. Substitute for V1, V2, V3 according to these equations. So you are going to have that. I is common, bring it out, we have that. Suppose you have a single resistor, which is drawing the same V total, and enjoying, and the same current is passing through it. V total must be equal to IIV. Set the two of them to be equal to that. This will be equal to that. I will cancel, I will have that. So when we have resistors in series, it can be replaced by a single resistor whose resistance is the sum of all the resistances. Thank you. Now, before we go away, let's talk about let's talk about voltage divide ratio. Voltage divide ratio. When we have two resistors, this is R1, R2. This is V1, this is V2. And the total voltage is V total. We have current. We have current I going through this. We know that Vt is going to be equal to V1 plus V2. So V1 is IR1. Sorry. V1 equals IR1. V2 equals IR2. So Vt will be equal to IR1 plus IR2 equals IR1 plus R2. Then I'm interested in V1. V1 will be, so from here, I can say that I equals Vt over R1 plus R2. So I can say that my V1, substitute for this I is going to be what? I is going to be Vt R1 over R1 plus R2. I can say that V1 is going to be equal to R1 plus R2 multiplied by Vt. For V2, I can write the same thing. V2 equals, instead of IR2, I can write Vt over R1 plus R2 multiplied by R2. So I can write it as R2 over R1 plus R2 multiplied by Vt. These are referred to as voltage divide ratio. What does that mean? We want V1, total voltage is Vt. V1 will take part of Vt, V2 will take part of Vt. Now, if Vt is we want to divide, we have to divide Vt between R1 and R2. V1 will take, it will be R1 over R plus R2 times Vt. V2 will take R2 over R1 plus. So, which means is according to their resistance. So it's R1 over R1 plus R2. That's why it's R2 over R1 plus R2. So which means if you have a voltage you want to divide, what do? You want to know which voltage will be across a particular resistor. Take the resistance of that resistor, divide by the total resistances, and multiply by the voltage you want to share. Just like I want to share pocket money between two children. I can share it according to their height, according to their CGPA, you understand? But we are going to share it according to their resistances. So any voltage you want to divide, take R2. For if it is for R2, take R2 divided by R1 plus R2 multiply by the voltage you want to divide. If it is for R1, it is like that. This is known as voltage divide ratio. In class, somebody will ask me, okay, let's give an example. Suppose R1 is 10 ohm, R2 is 20 ohm. Total voltage that we want to divide is 24 volts. You can give me what's going to be the voltage, what's going to be the portion for V1. You can say that V1 is going to be equal to the resistance of R1. Then, over the total resistance, which is 30, multiplied by the voltage I want to divide. This will be like 8 volts. So V1 will take 8 volts. V2, that the resistance of R2 over the total resistances times the voltage you want to divide, this will give us what? That's 2 over 3, that will be 16 volts. You can see that whoever has a smaller resistance will take a smaller portion. Whoever has a bigger resistance
will take a bigger portion.
So let's end this video here. Next video we'll be talking about, don't end it yet, we're talking about resistors in parallel. So goodbye for now. Thank you.